Born in 1959 in Appanaikampatti, Coimbatore, he pursued his master's and PhD in thyroid biochemistry from Mumbai University. After 14 years in Bark, he took a bold step into entrepreneurship, founding Thyrocare in 1995. Under his leadership, Thyrocare became a pioneer in diagnosis, getting listed on the NSE National Stock Exchange in 2016. In June 2021, he exited the company at a remarkable $1 million valuation. Now, we are pleased to welcome the visionary entrepreneur, Dr. A. Velumani.
Good evening. I wish to thank the institution to invite me and address the youth who are about to venture into the most powerful century of India ever can see. Swaminathan is my best friend for the last 25 years. He has seen me growing from, I think, 10 crore value to $1 billion value, that is 1 million value to 1 billion value. And he felt if I address his students, that could make them to feel, why can't I do what he has done? So I am now motivating people to tell them where from I came, how I traveled, how in these 60 years I could create an impact in the pathology industry. Sometimes people ask me, give me 4 words for today's youth. And let me tell you, the first word is what he talked about, is focus. I don't think any fun in life without focus, any success in life without focus, any wealth in life without focus until your father got every money. And there is nothing you can achieve in sports, in arts, in movies, nothing without focus. There are only 2 kinds of people on this earth. One who is successful, other did not focus. Please note that word is the most powerful word. So in a pyramid of economy, make 10 slices. I was in the bottommost slice, and I could raise to the topmost slice, not overnight. 60 years it took for me to reach there. So my advice to children today is, have patience. One of my punchline goes viral. Don't try to become a billionaire before you meet your father-in-law, but you must become a billionaire before you meet your son-in-law. So have patience, work through, you will be reaching there. So in Appanaikampatti Pudur, the Trichy Road, Sulur, fortunately I was born poor. Fortunately I was born in a village. I tell that as the reason because I don't find any other reason. My mother was a lady who made sure there was no income in the family. My father was neither an employee nor an employer. Just she reared 2 buffaloes, 10 liters of milk a day, a liter a rupee, 70 rupees per week. She made sure with that 70 rupees, without borrowing from anyone, without leaning for support from anyone, she made sure all her children were Madras University graduates and Mumbai University postgraduates. Why I say that is, majority of you are very lucky. Your parents are well earning. They have paid for decent schools, colleges. I am telling, I studied in Kamarajar school. I studied in Tamil medium. And I studied with my own earning for each and every year fees from 6th standard. So everything is possible as long as you believe in your goals and you chase the goals. I was 200 out of 200 in mathematics in 12th standard, even without a textbook. And I didn't do engineering, not because I couldn't get it. 5 years, those years, it was not possible for me to sustain. I joined in BCom because BCom fees was 100 rupees less than BSc. Fortunately, one Dr. K.R. Karthikeyan, a professor who found me in commerce block, he asked me, Centum maths, right? Yes, sir. Why no engineering? Poor sir. Why no chemistry? Poor sir. And he took away 100 rupees from his pocket and took me from commerce block and brought me to the science block. Had he not been there, today I will not be standing and telling stories to you. It doesn't matter what do you study. It matters how do you use that degree to become powerful. So I was 1978 a BSc, and fortunately Coimbatore didn't give me any job. Everywhere I went for a job and everybody asked, do you have experience? April month exam is over. In July month they want experience. Trust me, I took a decision in 1978. If I become a businessman, I will take only freshers and I will never employ an experienced man. And trust me, I have employed in my 25 years of journey 25,000 freshers. To join in my company, you need 4 criteria to be ticked. At least 3 tick is needed. Fresher, from village, from poor family, and should not speak good English. I could get wonderful people. Even my CEO, my vice president, all started their journey first day in my company as a fresher. So that's the journey. I left Coimbatore because I got an interview from Baba Atomic Research Center. Here I want to emphasize a few things because parents are also present and children are also present. And I got this interview letter and I took the ticket without discussing with my parents. I went and showed my ticket to my parents. They were very disturbed. I am the eldest son in the family. They thought I will take all responsibilities. Now I am showing a ticket to Mumbai. And I told a lie that my salary is 2x. What was given there was x. I told 2x because otherwise my mother will not leave me. She cried a lot. Then finally, 2 days before I boarded the train, a few ladies came and sat and talked to my mother. Your son is going to Mumbai? Yes. Do you know Bombay girls are very bad? I thought my mother is again going to cry. I was waiting for her answer. I was sitting the other side. She said, Tamil, கெடுறவன் எங்க இருந்தாலும் கெட்டுத்தான் போவான். The boy who will go bad even if he is next to me. I think that was a very powerful statement by an illiterate lady. And punchline is for parents, trust children, not the neighbors. We very often trust the neighbors and not the children. I am eternally grateful for my mother who allowed me to go to Mumbai where language is not known, geography is new, there were no friends. The way in which she cried I knew, but ஒன்றை இழக்கவில்லை என்றால் இன்னொன்றை அடைய முடியாது. Parents, please send your children somewhere at least 500 kilometers away, or preferably to Delhi or Mumbai. Between the age of 20 and 30, if they can manage their life and move up, they will become very powerful leaders. Please don't stop them going from home. I want this message to be taken. I also want to advise to children who refuse to go home, go out of home. Because many parents want children are not capable. If they go out somewhere, they will develop some capability. I think children feel very comfortable that 7.5 millimeter mattress, and very often in house is 23.5 degree AC temperature. Listen to me, life is made up of 2 innings. Life is made up of 2 innings, 35 years each. If first innings is all pleasure, second innings will be all pain. And if first innings is all pain, second innings will be all pleasure. 35 years is another 15 years. Please do what is important to do. In life only you have two options. One is what is easy to do, another is what is right to do. Unfortunately, what is easy to do is not right to do, and what is right to do is not easy to do, and I don't know what you will do. So don't ever pick up to do easiest things to do. In life, either you can discuss or you can decide. You can't do both. If you discuss, you can't decide. Especially with your family members, if you discuss, you can't take any decision. I want you people to logically understand, even parents should understand. In life, as I said, only two things. What is right to do is not easy to do. Parents want you not to do what is difficult to do. So they will advise you something which you will not get you some identity. So please don't get scared of. Life is not getting success. No. தமிழில் சொல்கிறேன் கேட்டுக்கோங்க. எழு விழு. யாராவது எழுன்னு முயற்சி பண்ணால் 11ஆவது மாதம் 1 வருஷம் ஆகும்போது குழந்தை எந்திரிக்கும். விழு. மீண்டும் எழு, விழமாட்டாய். நட, விழு. மீண்டும் எழு, நட, விழமாட்டாய். ஓடு, விழுவாய். மீண்டும் எழு, நட, ஓடு, ஓடு, ஓடிக்கொண்டே இருக்கலாம். அந்த 3 தடவை விழுவோம் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு பயத்தில் தான் நாம் எதையுமே முயற்சி பண்ணுறதில்ல. ஐ வாண்ட் ஆல் ஆஃப் யூ டு கீப் இன் யுவர் மைண்ட், இஃப் எ பாய் born in a village could majestically get into National Stock Exchange in Mumbai, a boy who was born, who did mathematics is his core subject, disrupted a pathology industry completely all over the country, and a Madarasi, Tamilians are told as Madarasis. A Madarasi stood in Mumbai and challenged Marwadis and Gujaratis and established the biggest thyroid diagnostic testing laboratory in the entire country. I want you people to believe it is possible. It is not magic, it is logic. You need to have, as he said, focus. Before that, you need to have patience, focus, lot of hard work. And I want you people to understand one more word of frugality. People fail here miserably. I have personally never borrowed in my life. My company has never borrowed from bank a single rupee loan. There is not a single rupee money has come into this company as equity. Is it not sounding like unrealistic? And let me tell you, it is all because of a single word, frugality. Elimai. Want to understand what is frugality? Frugality is you do because you enjoy doing it. There are many people who do it because they want to impress the neighbor. That is stupidity. My mother never borrowed. She had some savings through which we studied. Otherwise, that was not possible. I went to Mumbai. My wife was working with State Bank of India. I was working with Government of India. 2 salaries, 2 good salaries. Guys, learn to tell my salary is good. If you by any chance tell everyone I am not paid properly, no one is going to compensate for that. You're only expressing your weakness there. So my wife, out of 20,000 rupees salary, 10,000 each, she spent only 5,000, saved, invested wisely, remaining 15,000. At an age of 35, when I was 15 years experienced, we had enough money in hand, sufficient for 10 years of living for us. So when 10 years of savings were there, I felt I can afford to take a risk and do the business. I want you people to understand my success is my mother's frugality, my wife's frugality, my frugality, and I want all of you to keep in mind varavu எட்டனா செலவு பத்தனா அதிகம் ரெண்டனா கடைசியில் தொந்தனா. Don't just get carried away by all the advertisements of refrigerators to high-end cars to villas. Velumani இதுவரை வீடு வாங்கவே இல்லை என்பதுதான் ஒரு முக்கியமான பாயிண்ட். And I want you people to go through my YouTube channel communications. There are plenty available. And I have given how did I build a very powerful company. In entire world, India is cheapest in healthcare. In entire India, I am the cheapest. Yet, my company was the most profitable company. And since you are all graduates, and I want you to understand a few things which I did very different in that business, so that tomorrow, if you do that business, you can always see what is that I have done different connects with you. And the first one is, I priced it very low. Majority of the businesses fail because they price it too high. And I priced it low. There are only two ways in which you can do business. There is no third way, two ways. For the same price, a better quality, one. For the same quality, lesser price, two. I did for the same quality, a lesser price. I became very powerful. So pricing it low, I did. I had courage to do. I did it. You want to know where from I got that courage? Success in life is delta. Delta is equal to x2 minus x1. x1 was where I was. x2 is where I am. My x1 was 0. 0 downside irukka? There is no downside for 0. So I was fortunate, poor, I say, because I went to Mumbai with only a 500 rupees in my pocket. I have nothing to lose and come. Either make and come or come back. So that was the reason why I priced it low. People were shocked, but I got a wonderful growth. The second thing is, I did a pathology business. All of you know Coimbatore is a very powerful entrepreneurial city. And the most powerful entrepreneur of 60s and 70s was Annapurna Damodarasamy Naidu. He had a 70s itself single kitchen, multiple restaurant business model. I am from Coimbatore. And I thought pathology business where blood is collected is a restaurant, where blood is tested is a kitchen. Why can't we have single kitchen and multiple restaurant? In Mumbai, I started 20 places where collections were done and a single laboratory. It worked. Pune, Nasik, Surat, 3 hours train journey. It worked. Calcutta, Chandigarh and Chennai, 3 hours flight journey. It worked. I was the first guy to prepare or create a single laboratory for a billion population. Single laboratory. So that's the innovation second. Third one is, Uber has come. Until Uber came into picture, taxis were standing for 20 hours, running for 4 hours. Today they run for 20 hours, stand for 4 hours. Until I came into picture, thyroid testing machine was only operated 1 hour per day. Today I made it entire country people to operate 20 hours in a day. I converted every possible. Today you see the philosophies of Uber. Today Uber has come, I did that time. I also have done Amazon. Until I came into picture, laboratory testing was not given at home delivery. Only old people who can't walk will get the home service. And I converted it into home service. Within 20 years, 95% of the people in the country are getting home service. It is only because I made sure it goes to 650 districts in the country and 3,000 taluks in the country, home delivered next day morning 8 o'clock. So that's a very different way of looking at it. There was no franchisee concept. The franchisee concept has come only after 2005 when McDonald's has come into India. Before that, I created a franchisee concept. Madrasi cannot do business in Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha. So I thought local boys I should find out. Unemployed, underemployed boys were called and was told, look, market is charging 600. You charge 300. Keep 200. Give me 100. That fellow felt unconscious because it was 60% margin. No one gives, right? Want to listen to one punchline? Always you must. Whenever you are in trouble, whenever you are confused, you must remember this punchline. Ilakka vilaindal, ilakka mattai. Ilakka bayandal, adaya mattai. Plan to lose, you will never lose. If you are scared of loss, you will always lose. So I gave a very liberal relationship with franchisee. You give more, you get more. So I did that also. A lot of things I have done. I have told a few innovations. Please go through there. Today you are anxiously waiting to have your degrees in your hand. And I wish all of you a wonderful journey. But having said that, let me tell you, marriage has become a very big risk now. Not there earlier. And suddenly in the last 15 years, people are talking a lot of things against marriage. Is the marriage necessary? Is the marriage taking us to a better life? I have 2 children, 35 and 33. Still they are refusing to get married. And only because there is a fear. The fear is, I think we all got married because we were not having too much of expectations out of marriage. And today the social media has put too much of expectations. I believe you all need to develop an independency, develop a capability to live your life on your own. You earn your money, you earn your life, you live. But at the same time, let me tell you, I was the best beneficiary out of marriage. My wife earned always more than me. And my wife was working with State Bank of India. A few things which I must tell you here because it is regarding the marriage. I went to Mumbai as my mother told my son will not get hooked by any girl there. But there was a proposal from my father-in-law. And I didn't want to marry a Bombay girl because I will be hurting my mother. So 4 years went. I refused to marry. Finally, I thought by that time I got confidence to marry a Bombay girl. And the reason one more was he was earning more than me. And then I thought I will refuse. But then I thought if I meet the girl and refuse, it is good rather than telling the man. I went to meet the girl and wanted to discourage her. And this has become the most powerful communication in my podcast. I will make that known here so that you will enjoy the evening. I'm today oldest stand-up comedian also. I make people to laugh, especially the youth. So I asked my father-in-law, can I talk to her for an hour? He said, I will arrange. The meeting was in Madam Kama Road, Nariman Point, State Bank of India, 14th floor, International Division. Want to know what I talked to her in 55 minutes? I can tell in 55 seconds. Look, I don't have a house. I live as a paying guest, and you will have to live lifelong a paying guest. Don't expect me to buy a house. Understood? Number 1. Number 2, in a village there is a house, but there is no toilet. You should imagine. Number 3, for my parents, I am the eldest. That means they are your parents. And for my siblings, for all of them, I am the eldest. So all their marriage is your responsibility. For our marriage, I don't have money. You funding our marriage should not be known to your father. Guys, you may not be knowing, but your parents know. There was a picture called, what is that? Kittumani Ettu condition potter Manal Kairu. Manal Kairu, a picture was there in which that Kittumani Ettu condition, Velumani Elu condition. I thought finally I told that if you still want to marry me, you can send your father home. Otherwise, tell him there is something wrong with this boy. The same evening, my father-in-law came to me. That means he has agreed for that. Right? Exactly after 3 months, I asked her one day, I told you so much. Still, you wanted to marry me only. What you found something great in me? Was that my nose? Cheeks? Which is that you liked the most? I want the girls here to remember this punchline which my wife had said. She said, I didn't want to be a short daughter-in-law in a tall house. I wanted to be a tall daughter-in-law in a short house. யாரா கையும் கூட தட்ட மாட்டேங்கிறேன், பயந்துட்டாங்க பொண்ணுங்கெல்லாம் பயந்துட்டாங்க. I must tell you that was the bold decision which my wife took to marry me. And I took a decision to leave the government job and do business without discussing with my wife. And in the evening, I didn't tell during dinner. Night 2 o'clock, my wife asked me, have you not slept tonight so far? I said, I have resigned. Night 2 o'clock. And she knows in the night I don't tell lies. Until that time, she was horizontal. Then she became vertical because I had resigned and went and told in the middle of the night. She looked at my eyes for a few seconds and she said to me, if you don't go to office from tomorrow, even I will not go. Now I resigned because she was working. I don't need 2 salaries. 1 salary is enough. Is that clear? And night 2 o'clock, she threatened me. நான் ஒரு தடவை சொன்னா, I must tell you, I told her, okay, let us வாழ்ந்தால் ஒன்றாக வாழ்வோம், வீழ்ந்தால் ஒன்றாக வீழ்வோம். Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Me and my wife left the job on the same day. I was 37 years, my son was 5 years, my daughter was 3 years. That's the boldest ever decision one can take. That's the biggest risk one can take. There are again only 2 kinds of people. One who takes a risk and tells the story, other did not take the risk. So I want all of you to understand risk taking is important. Why I told these 2 things about my wife is, I was talking about marriage, and people are spoiling using extreme examples of sadness and worrying. And I today get on to any stage, I talk for 1 hour, 5 to 7 minutes, I talk about my wife. And let me tell you, entire success of ThyroCare is not mine. It was hers. Yeah, 3 months after she also resigning, that punchline I didn't tell you, very important one. After 3 months of resigning, I asked my wife, ஆமாம் நான் தான் நீ வேலையில் இருக்கிறேங்கிற ஒரு தைரியத்தில் ரிசைன் பண்ணிட்டு வந்துட்டனே, நீ என்னைய நைட்டு மிரட்டினிய, இஸ் there any logic? She said a punchline which goes like this. உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் நீங்கள் ஜெயிப்பீங்கன்னு. Let me tell you, maybe some people may not know Tamil. I know, sorry, you know you will win. Even I know you will win. But no one knows, without me, you can't win. That's the power of that journey. She sacrificed her identity. Today people talk me, you. Let me tell you, we lived a wonderful life. Unfortunately, I lost her on the month I was ringing the bell in the National Stock Exchange. That was a wonderful journey. I lost her for pancreatic cancer grade 4, which was undiagnosed till the last minute. We lived very happily for 30 years. And if at all I have to tell, let me put it this way. It was she who made me MSc and PhD. It is she who made me entrepreneur, storyteller. And it is she who taught me Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati. And I must tell you, if your spouse trusts you, your energy is 10x. If your spouse doubts you, the energy becomes 0.1x. I'm using the word spouse. It is not always the wife should trust the husband. It is nowadays mutual. It is both are needed. And let me also tell a parting punchline. I told I will not talk long, but then a captive audience and a mic makes me to motivate you to think life in 365 degrees. The punchline for the evening is, when men are successful, families prosper. But when women are successful, societies prosper. So this is what I want you people to take home. And the world is very bright. Opportunities are a lot. I want to ask one question to this man first sitting in there. Get up. One question to you. Is that today opportunity is more or competitions are more? Wonderful. I expected this answer. Sit down. That's why I asked this. People feel that today competition is more. And let me tell you, இது வேற எந்த லாங்குவேஜிலும் இல்லை, இது தமிழில் தான் இருக்குது இந்த பாட்டு. கல்லென்று பார்த்தால் கடவுள் தெரியாது, கடவுள் என்று பார்த்தால் கல் தெரியாது. ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டின்னு பார்த்துட்டிங்கன்னா காம்படிஷன் கண்ணுக்கே தெரியாது, காம்படிஷன் பார்த்துட்டிங்கன்னா ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கண்ணுக்கே தெரியாது. உங்கள் கண்ணில் என்ன தெரியுதோ அதுதான்ப்பா உனக்கு. பயந்தாங்கொழிக்கு எல்லாமே பேயா தெரியும். ஒரு மதராசி பாம்பேயில் உட்காந்துட்டு தைராய்டு டெஸ்டிங்க உள்ள நுழையிறேன், 5000 பேர் கண்ணுக்கு தெரிகிறாங்க. 5 வருஷம் கழித்து பார்க்குறேன், only 500 people are taller than me. 5 வருஷம் கழித்து பார்க்குறேன், only 50 people were taller than me. Another 5 years, only 5 people were taller to me. Competition இல்லை. If there is no competition, there is no fun. And in a field where there is competition, there is enough of market, enough of opportunities. Let me tell you, what do you do is not as important as how do you do. Even what you have not studied, what you have studied is also not very important as long as a mathematician could disrupt the pathology industry. What I want you people to know is, this is a punchline I am very reluctant to tell in a college, but I'm not scared to tell. Marks are marks. Marks are not knowledge. Qualification is qualification. Qualification is not knowledge. Knowledge only is knowledge. Please keep learning. I am today 66. Even today I am learning. And keep on learning. When you stop learning, you become a fossil. The world is not for any geography. The world is not for any language. The world is not for any sex. It is unbiased. But it is only for those who have knowledge. So mind you, knowledge is most important, and keep learning. Before I go, let me tell you those 4 words which are very important. I tell to youth. First is, you need to have patience. As I said, you can't suddenly become a very successful man. Success is a marathon. It's a marathon race. It's not a 100-meter dash. The second one is the word Dr. Uday Kumar said, focus. Without focusing, you can't be successful. And you can't chase 4 rabbits together. If you chase one by one, you can get all the 4 rabbits, but people chase all the 4 rabbits together, they never get any rabbit. Please note, focus is most important. I focused on a 15-gram gland in this 100-kilogram body, full stop. That's the $1 billion business. I was a guy who built a brand around a gland. To that extent, the focus makes you very powerful. So, patience, focus, frugality, I already explained to you. And he also used this word, discipline. Success comes. Success is never a problem. Sustaining the success is a problem. Wealth comes. Wealth is not a problem. Getting wealth is not the problem. maintaining and retaining and keeping and growing the wealth is the biggest problem that needs discipline. I once again wish to thank the organization for inviting me, and I'm sure today you go with a little better clarity that it's a marathon race and prepare yourself. Thank my friend Swaminathan for making me to come here, and I'm sure he is my biggest fan. He is my biggest ambassador for city of Coimbatore, and he is very proud of knowing me and being my friend. I wish Rajdeep a wonderful journey. I believe it is 7th year of convocation. I wish this institution grows bigger in size, and this all lands behind this is mine. And I want him to buy all these lands and create a great organization. And I wish this organization has thousands of students. All the best. God bless you.